I am so thankful that you have chosen to take the time out of your day, out of your night, your evening, to give back to yourself by joining me for this transmission. Let's take a couple of nice big deep breaths together and just simply settle into this space, giving our friends who are joining us live a few moments to tune in. I'm tuning in now from my new home in Bali. Um, it is a completely open space, and so I love to bring that jungle wildness uh, to you and for us through this experience. So, my friends, how have you been? How are you feeling? I just did a couple of lives on Facebook as well as Instagram, and I've already gotten replies from people saying that they are feeling that scratchiness. There is an agitation in the chest, that, things are moving. And I want to speak to that before we get started. The scratchiness, the agitation, if you are already tuned into your growth path, and if you have already developed like a personal growth journey or cycle, like you're tuned into your rhythms and your flows, you'll know that that scratchiness starts to show up before transition, before something breaks, before expansion. So allowing yourself the freedom to feel into that, to lean into the scratchiness, to lean into like, what is this agitation? For me, it's showing up between my heart and throat, which is communication. Where am I not saying what I feel to say? And I've continued, this has been something that I've worked on since I was a little girl, because I had some programming that taught me that it wasn't safe for me to speak my true feelings. It wasn't safe for me to speak what was going on internally, because if it didn't match the external environment, then I would be in trouble or put down or yelled at or whatever these circumstances were that were going on in the house that I was living in. So, I, as an adult, have a lot of energy that has, and of course, there are many other things, but there's a lot of energy going on through my space of communication from my heart to my throat, which allows for that clear channel of communication to open up and move through. Now, part of the reason I'm speaking to this today is because since we have all been mandated to wear masks, no matter where you are in the world, and I don't care what your predisposition is on this, that's not the point here. What we're talking about is that wearing a mask and covering this is quite literally covering the voice box. It's saying do not speak. The message, the subconscious message that goes under the mask, under the mask is shutting the voice down. So, what my intention is through this full moon transmission is to open that space more freely and to open a greater sense of awareness, internal and personal awareness, into how open you can be in your communication while trusting your own maturity. Hi, John. I'm so glad you're here. While trusting your own maturity and being able to communicate what it is that you need in a way that doesn't stir up drama, doesn't stir the pot, doesn't, trigger reactions in other people. And this does not mean walking on eggshells. This means learning how to communicate effectively from your heart space so that you can be heard. And of course, this will shift and change with different people that you're talking to and how open they are and how willing they are to hear you, how willing they are to hear their own truth, how open they are to the expansion that's available to them as well. Yes, Mason, I'm so glad you're here as well. All right, beautiful. So, for those of you that are tuning in with me live, can you add in a couple notes in the chat? Let me know, how are you feeling? Is there any specific prayers or intentions, focus that you would like for me to tune into? And I want to talk a little bit about how this works. So if you're new to these transmissions, or if you're new to my meditations, which I've been doing for the last about 10 years, the light codes have come in about the last year and a half, which really just amplify how quickly we can move through these. or move through the stuff that's stuck inside of us so that we can continue to evolve in our value of spiritual and emotional maturity, as well as energetic comprehension. How can you tune into the field cognitively using your brain? How can you tune into the multidimensional field? Because this is how it works. We live in a multiverse. We live in a multi-dimensional state of being. We have been programmed to believe that the third dimension, the things that you can see, hear, taste, and touch, are the only things that exist. Well, I am here because I have been gifted from birth with the ability to see beyond that, as I believe every single person has the ability to see beyond that as well, because we are all energetic beings before we are physical body. So, as we develop a more keen understanding, a keen connection to who we are inside, the universe inside you, the kingdom of heaven is within, all of these things that are there for us, beautiful, releasing resistance to change, calling in waves of abundance, prosperity, grace. Okay, so looking like we're getting support for transition and support and prosperity. Beautiful. Absolutely, we can include these prayers. The thing about prosperity also is that we really want to do what we can to detach from the collective energy field on that right now, because, I mean, need I say more? The collective energy field is feeling really constricted. There are so many people on this planet right now that are like, how are we going to make money? Everything is shut down. Where are we getting money from? How is it coming in? Like, those questions are really, really big right now. So we want to, find your sovereignty in how we are expanding together. So finding your individual frequency and how we are expanding, and we'll walk through that absolutely in the transmission. So this multidimensional universe that we are coexisting in at all times, as if you've watched my videos before, you know that I will say between me and this iPad or me and this camera, there is an extraordinary amount of information, of frequency and energetic waves that are going back and forth. Every single atom, every single compound, every single every single thing that's here in this world, every thought has a frequency. You, as the monad here, this is at the absolute core of your being. The absolute core of your soul is a spark of divine frequency, is a spark of the consciousness of the creator, of source, of God energy, however you want to call it. All names are welcome here. At the core of your being is that spark of divine creation, of life force energy that is synonymous with all living beings in this entire universe. So as the consciousness of source evolves, which it is continually, always shifting, changing, moving, we are responding to that internally. So as that is happening, as we open our body and our awareness to experiencing more light, we will then have to shift through these phases of darkness as they come out. So again, if you have been on your spiritual growth journey for a while, you already know this in your little microcosm. So what's going on the planet right now is there is a macrocosm of dark energy coming to the surface, and that's fine. It needs to. Do not get caught in the fear. These things, this is how things are purged. This is how the underbelly of the subconscious, the collective subconscious, gets exposed and brought to the surface. It, on the outside, it looks tragic, it looks scary, it looks like things are being decimated, and yes, a lot of systems and a lot of things are breaking down for a lot of people. I've been in this role supporting people through significant experiences of change, and the biggest catalyst for awakening, for spiritual awakening, is tragedy. It's loss of a loved one, it's a divorce, it's losing a job, even sometimes can do that to shake your world. It's when something major happens in your life that breaks what is known and shifts you into the unknown very quickly, and then you start asking existential questions. What am I doing here? What is the purpose of this? What's happening? And right now we have more people on this planet asking those questions than before, because we're so busy in our cyclical life of, well, I'm just going to go through day to day to day to day to day. I'm so busy, I'm not stopping to pause to pay attention. So that's what these transmissions are. These are our pauses. This is our intentional moment to sit, to be with ourselves, to set clear intentions of where it is that we're going and set clear intentions of what it is that we're letting go of. This is why it is so important and so beneficial for you to be able to pay attention to how things are moving forward for you. So making sure that these things are moving forward for you, and what I mean by that is if you can get ahead of the wave of growth, if you can get ahead of the wave of change, you're not going to be pummeled under it. You're not going to have a life event that feels like it pulled the rug out from under you, because no matter what happens, when you are feeling grounded and aligned and clear in your own sovereignty, meaning you are owning your own frequency, you're owning your little signature slice of the universe, it opens a completely new world for you. And in that space of this openness of this new world for you is where you get to recognize that you are the co-creator with this life force energy that created your very existence. This feels like the perfect segue to go into our transmission today. So go ahead and get comfortable. If you can, put in some headphones. If you can, put on an eye mask. Lay yourself down. Sit in a comfortable seated position. Of course, if you're seated, it's a little bit more of an active experience. If you're laying down, it's a little bit more of a passive experience. You get to choose. You could do both. And remember, this is available for you to listen to as many times as you'd like, as with all of the other replays, and I encourage you to do so. The reason for this is that the first time you listen, there's one layer that comes through. The second time, you're a little bit more aware of what's going to take place, and you've already had the first layer that is peeled through or peeled off, released and let go of. By the second time you listen to it, you get to go a little bit deeper, and I do recommend listening to them 3 times if you can, especially before the next full or new moon transmission. That's how you're going to get the most out of these. All right, my sweet love. Go ahead and get yourself comfortable. If you can, have a bottle of water or a journal next to you so that you can come out slowly, because we're going to go deep. I would say be prepared to be here for at least the next 45 minutes. Allow yourself to really, really, really tune in. This is a gift for you to give to yourself, and I'm so thankful that you're here. Know that I can feel your heart in my space. I can feel your higher self sending in your prayer requests. And for those of us that are here live, thank you for contributing that. So our brothers and sisters who tune into the replay will also feel the ripple effect of our presence here together. I love you, and let's go ahead and start with the prayer. As we call in divine truth and love into this sacred space, we invoke the highest possible healing for each and every viewer, replayer, and myself. We ask for the courage and compassion to speak and to hear from the purest form of self-love and forgiveness to all involved. So go ahead and place both hands on your heart and let yourself know that you've got you. You are here to love you. You are here to support you. With every single decision and every single step, you are here. You are willing, you are ready, you are open. Iawapuaka satani I awapukaya. If it feels right to keep your hands on your heart, keep your hands placed there. And if it feels right to keep your hands palm face up, go ahead and put your palms face up to receive the healing that is available to you from your higher self. In this transmission, we are not going to be calling in other ascended masters or beings. I might call them in just simply to hold space in support. But ultimately, right now, your higher self is the healer. This is the part of you that is connected to the expanded consciousness of all that is. It is the part of you that has access to infinite knowledge and information right now. And this is what I mean about creating the bridge of the cognitive understanding. Your energetic body is already tuned in. It is our brain, it is our mind, our egoic consciousness that is asking for that reminder. And so here we are setting the intention that that space is open and ready to receive. Oa pai kaya taniki I oa po sutakea wa oa po nikia. Oa po takaya wa po sutakea wa oa po nikia wa oa po satania wa oa po ka tatea wa oa po takea wa po sutakea wa po nikia wa oa po kaya tatea ko po takea tukur karaka tukur karaka ko na maya wa po wa po takea wa ia wa po to takea wa po to takea wa po takea wa po takea wa po takea wa o nikia wa ia wa po te kea wa oniki I wa po sa te kea wa o po te kea wa o po te kea ni wa apa kea sa te kea wa o po ni ki wa o po sa te kea wa o po ka ni wa ai wa po te kea wa ha ako te ni wa soia ha te ni wa o po su te kea wa o po ni ki wa o po sa tani ia o po tani ia wa o po sa ataki wa o po ka atatake wa Atatakewa, 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 atatakewa. All right, this little repeat here is tapping on a specific part of you inside that is afraid to ask for support, that is afraid to ask for help, and is afraid to reach out to the resources that are here and already available to you. So give yourself permission. Let's ask your higher self to drop into you right now a few ideas of where support is available to you right now that you are not leaning into, that you are not asking for. Open that heart space inside of you, open that connection within, and give yourself the graciousness to be able to hear these ideas. The message here is that it is important for you to be clear and connected with the pathways that are available in recognizing that where you are scared or where you are feeling tension or where you are feeling tightness, there is always an opening. There is always an opening. And so check in with yourself. Where are you open to connecting in with the resources available? And or where are you feeding into there's not enough, I'm scared, this is not a good situation. It's like all of those thoughts that are ruminating and that we focus on unintentionally, and this is by Buddha's brain. It's our fight or flight mechanism that trains us internally to pay attention to the negative by means of survival. So it doesn't mean that anything's wrong with you, that you're paying attention to this. It does not mean that you're broken. It means that this is a biological system that was designed inside of you as an animal in this world to pay attention to threats. So right now in the world we're living in, the threats are lack of prosperity. The threat is lack of financial abundance. So let's sit there for a moment. Let's just sit there. Welcome your fears. Welcome what is there that is keeping you tense. Welcome the scratchiness inside. Welcome the edges of your growth. Welcome the discomfort. Welcome those places where you are feeling the discomfort that isn't truly supportive to where you are moving forward. And give yourself some time to just bring them to the surface with so much love, so much grace. This is like having your best friend help you clean out your closet. This is like having your best friend help you reorganize your desk. Somebody that loves you unconditionally, somebody that is going to support you in what you can throw away, these things that are no longer serving you, because when you feel sentimentally or emotionally attached to them, which some of these programs that we have been running around not having enough started at childhood, so they're comfortable. We know them well. We know them well. So we're going to look at these patterns. When we look at these patterns and hold them with grace and love and compassion and see that all parts of you are worthy. Even the scared little boy inside or the scared little girl that didn't have enough. I just recently had a memory come up for me of when I was a little girl. I had a plastic blue wallet that had $100 in it, and I think it was the most money that I had at that age, and I ended up losing it. And so finding those memories, what is the memory that then creates an imprint? I felt so much guilt and I felt so much shame and I felt so much blame about not being responsible with money when I was that age. So feel into those memories. What is your memory that you're recognizing is continuing to play a role in the loop? Because I want to remind you, from the depth of my own heart of hearts, that you are such a treasured being. Your creator, however you see that energy, agreed to support you in coming to this planet by volunteering to help sort out the frequency of this world. Light workers and empaths and conscious beings are significantly outnumbered on this planet. You are one of them. Part of waking up through the amnesia is remembering that for you, it is within your own divine birthright, meaning it is already written in the stars for you to receive and accept simply by being born, simply by being embodied, that all resources would be available to you at all times so that you can actualize into your highest vibrational resonance and your highest vibrational potential in this world at this time. There is nothing that is being kept from you. It is simply what you are not open to believing what you are capable of receiving. And yes, my love, there are many layers with this, so be patient with yourself. Because this is how you are mastering your emotions. This is how you are mastering your energetic frequency. This is how you are mastering the waves and currents within you that are supporting the actualization, the full embodiment of your highest vibrational form. Yawa yawa oapu nikia se yawa oapu take yawa oni yawa haapua. Soya tani yawa oapu kuatani kiawa oapu haakua. Sotani yawa oapu ani yawa. Yawa ni yawa oapu sutake yawa oapu ani yawa. Oni pua kuatani kiawa oapu aka satatake yawa oapu ani kiawa. Yawa ni yawa oapu ani yawa. The intention of this prayer is a beautiful one. It is to help remind you of the memories. You have these memories inside of you. These are your soul memories. The memories that are being activated of you making the agreement to be here, of agreeing to the circumstances, the times and places in which you are experiencing now, were agreed upon before your moment of incarnation. Past, present, and future are coexisting simultaneously in all ways. A clock is a way that we measure time, but time in and of itself is not measured only in hours, minutes, seconds, days. So when we start to connect with our multidimensional self, we recognize that the memories of, and we say memories because that's the English word we have to translate this. It's a closest translation or marker of how I can communicate to you what this is that we're doing. So I say we're activating memories, and really we're looking at another point of existence, another place of existence that involves you and your agreement to be in here, recognizing that part of the agreement was that all resources would be abundantly supported for you to actualize into your purpose. This does not mean that every single day is going to be extremely comfortable. What this means is that part of your agreement is learning how to move through this and master energy and emotions in the third dimensional world. You are a conduit between realms, meaning as a multidimensional being, your physical body is a translator of extraordinary measures of consciousness. Take a deep breath, and we're just going to pause because I'm feeling, let's pause and make sure that we're all on board in this container and space today. There's a lot of wheels turning. So just simply take a couple nice big deep breaths. Let your mind wander for a little bit. It's okay to slip away from my voice. You're held in this sacred space. You are held in this sacred container. You can feel the presence of the energy here, no matter where you are in the world, and also no matter when you are watching this. That's the beauty of this timeless space. Yawa poniki yawa, oapo ke awani yawa, oapo asatake. Satatake to go to Bada Iawani awa, wani awa, wani awa, wani awa, awa poaka awa. Yani awa, sayawa, puani awa, apoaka awa, potiniki awa. Yani awa, yani awa, yani awa, wa, wa, pua, 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 pua. Breathing in deeply and allowing your heart center, your heart space to open fully, completely, compassionately. As you open that heart space, let all the fears, all the tension, all the past pains and traumas, let them just simply fall out. Just simply being very gentle with yourself with this particular shift. Feeling very gentle with your own heart space as it opens to clear out. Honoring the depth and the beauty within you. This shifting into a higher field. And in order to shift into a higher field, we're finding the lowest or the darkest vibrations that you are carrying in this moment, associated with your worthiness, associated with your personal value. Iawaniki awa poko atake awani awa wapo atake kekete teke wapo teke teke kurkurkurku teke ayani awa wapo kasa teke awani awa iki awa po aniki awa asatani ki awa apo akawa tani awa. Inviting your higher self to connect in with the space between the back of your throat chakra, your third eye, as well as the crown of your head. It's looking like there's some energy that is kind of just stuck there. And let's go ahead and just simply clear those channels of connection. In the same way you just clean off a dusty piano, just allowing your higher self. There's nothing for you to do. Allow your egoic mind to just simply rest as your very own higher self is your healer right now. You are right now developing trust between you and you. Karuna, compassion, is that connection that leaves no space between you and you. Your cognitive heart space, your loving heart space, your open heart space is you, my sweet love. This is your mind. This is your identity. This is the spaciousness of non-identity. Activating your true magnetic essence, clearing out they're showing me right now that what we're clearing out also has to do with any spaces where you have not trusted and honored yourself, where you have gotten a note of guidance, something to pay attention to, and intuitively, like an intuitive ping. Go here now, call this person now, go do this here, and you have overridden or ignored it. We want to open that space of permission to act on every single intuitive nudge, every single intuitive ping. In some cases, this takes courage to be the messenger. Sometimes it takes courage to step forward. Sometimes it takes breaking a pattern of not trusting your inner guidance system. My love, we have been programmed in a world that does everything to tell us not to trust ourselves. And going against the current and learning to deeply trust yourself and to be an independent thinker, to be a sovereign being in this world is an act of rebellion of the most beautiful form, in my opinion. That is why I like to call us vibrational rebels here. Your sovereign joy, your connection to divine frequencies, it's so necessary. It is so important. It is so important, my love, for you to trust your inner guidance. My role here is to simply hold the container, to help you feel safe in exploring where you have been taught not to trust and see yourself clearly and fully. We've been programmed by our gender, of what we can and can't do. We've been programmed by our age. We've been programmed to follow directions. We've been programmed to trust our doctor above our own intuitive insights of what's best for us. We've been programmed to trust our parents. We've been programmed to trust authority. But we have never in my years of schooling was I taught to trust myself. Never once was that mirror turned back and said, what do you want? What do you trust? It was just, okay, and society says this is the next thing. So the depth of what we are deprogramming, the depth of what we are looking to is systemic in our collective experience. In some extreme cases, we've even been taught to trust that our inner guidance is not allowed, or that imagination is faulty, or visualization isn't real. One of the biggest transformations in my world, in my life, was when I learned that the things that I saw when I closed my eyes in most cases are more real than the world that I can see, taste, touch, and smell. My intention is to share that gift with you so that you can experience that world of knowing how unbelievably powerful you are. You are a spark of divine creation in human form. You truly are beyond magnetic. Beyond magnetic. The world that exists in which thought creates form is here now. It is embodied in you now. It is not a destination. It is not a journey. It is not a place we need to find or go to. It is simply an act of remembering. It is simply an act of tuning in and feeling deeply. Your emotions are like a navigation system. Your emotions are, say, let's like Google Maps. Your emotions are what is telling you go left now, go right now, stay straight now, stay focused now, change this now. Your emotions are your navigation system. In this world, men are taught to not even have emotions, and that women's emotions are crazy. Your emotions are the strongest indicator you have to your higher self wanting to communicate to you and say, pay attention to this thing inside of you, because this thing inside of you, when you love it and when you accept it and you fully embrace it as you, because all parts of you are lovable and all parts of you are worthy and all parts of you are important and all parts of you are a part of this journey, all of them, every single thought you've ever had is lovable. Every single one. And feel what's coming up for you now. As you give yourself permission to understand the connection to your own emotions. There is so much unconditional love in this container. My dear, there is so much support for you here now. Take advantage of this space that you are in, and I encourage you to open even more fully, knowing that you are being held by your own higher self. The part of you that knows you better than any other being in this world. Not just in this lifetime, but for the entire expansion of your existence. Yani ki awa pua ni ke awa atukua pua. Yani awa ua pua katani awa. I satani oa pua ka. Ia tani ke awa oa pua ka satani ki. I ki awa pua ni awa a pua tani ki awa. Iawa ni awa a pua tani iawa pua. Iawa ani awa oa pua sa tata ke awa. Iawa ua pua ni awa a pua ka. Ia tata ke awa ua pua ni ke awa sa takua pukua a ta ke awa. Iawa ani awa oa pua ai awa ani awa ua pukua sa ta ke awa. Ia a pua ka ta ke awa ni awa ua pua ka sua pua tata ke. Tuku pua ka take aniki ki a taku puko taka oa pua taka take ni awa oa pua ka. Saya ka take aniki I awa puko a take. Tataku a pua taka 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 ai awa puko taka 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 tuku 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 taka taka ni awa. I awa pua ka take oa pua take ani awa a pua sa take awa. I awa ani awa oa pua. Allowing yourself to break free from all expanses in time and space. The experiences of slavery or complete and total control of your free will and choices. Knowing once again that as an independent free thinker, your sovereignty is celebrated, your sovereignty is powerful, your conviction to think clearly for yourself is your birthright. Releasing all agreements to slavery in relationship, in governmental programming, in any and all forms of which that has shown up. Go ahead and again, we'll just slow down the movement here, make sure everyone is here, catching up in this space. create a connection from the base of your spine, your tailbone, all the way down to the center of Mama Gaia, Mother Earth, our radiant beingness, our radiant planet. That is allowing room and space for you to release and heal. And just simply feel the spaciousness of the freedom in your body as you gently release viral programming that keeps you pulled away from that deeper core intention of your own freedom, of your own sovereignty. To bow down easily in gratitude to your own awakening, your own karuna, compassion. And again, let's just simply feel for a few moments. Allowing the energy that is moving through this container as you again, maybe it feels right and good for you to rub your palms together and place your palms face up and ask for your higher self to connect into your hands so that you can feel and have an experience of your connection between you and you. Activating the power of your own stillness. Beautiful, and simply breathe. Allow, 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 and simply breathe. You're doing a great job. Opening to yourself. Allowing all sticky points, parts within yourself that are resistant to change, that are resistant to your higher calling. Invite them to become the center of attention in this moment, so you can see how powerful the intention is there to love you and to keep you safe. And I invite you to pay attention to any codependent cords of attachment you may have to any other people, persons, places, or events in your life, things that have happened that are creating the resistance to growth. go ahead and take a moment to see them very clearly for yourself. To honor the depth of love within your own heart as you once again lean forward, lean in. Taking a very deep breath. Remembering your body. Reminding yourself of your connection to your body. And just simply continue to take another few moments to feel yourself exploring you. And I invite and encourage you to see any and all parts of you that show up. Lean in with that karuna compassion, fully connecting and fully knowing that all parts of you are radiant and worthy of the deepest sensation of boundless unconditional love. And as you take a few moments here, I want you to go ahead and visualize, if it feels right and aligned to you, go ahead and visualize a purple flame dancing in the palm of your right hand. As you connect with that purple flame, go ahead and watch where in your body, you can scan your body from the crown of your head down to the toes, and feel where this sacred purple or violet flame wants to go. Remembering that this sacred violet purple flame is a neutral energy that is here to restore balance and connection between you and you. Meaning this violet flame is here to burn through and release any and all thoughts and beliefs that are keeping you from fully trusting your internal self. So as we are continuing to connect in even more deeply, honoring that greater love that is within you and allowing this purple flame to flow through your heart, body, mind, and energetic spirit, to burn through everything that we have drudged up to the surface. All of the discomfort, all of the limiting beliefs, all of the memories that you're recognizing are still controlling your choices and actions, not honoring and supporting you in your highest good. Allow this violet flame to burn through you like a wildfire. Any and all debris, and encouraging yourself to, yes, release, yes, let it burn through. If there's a question on something, burn through it, knowing that what is meant for you will return and remain. What is not meant for you will be burned and permanently released, meaning these patterns will not come back again. So I encourage you again to take advantage of this space that we are in now and go as deeply as you possibly can. What other roots are available to come to the surface, to rise to the surface, to be seen at the surface, to be released at the surface, to be honored at the surface, to be treasured at the surface, to open, 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 open that heart space and release with the most powerful intention that you are connecting to your innate birthright of the actualization of your power, your sovereign, divine power. And feel. And feel. Continue to feel, continue to release. Take a couple of very natural but also very deep breaths to encourage that release, 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 release. What we are about to do now that we have cleared an extraordinary amount of energy in your field. And again, I encourage you to come back and listen to this as many times as your intuition is guiding you to, so that you can get the maximum benefits from sinking into this flow. Every single time you listen, you will have a deeper experience until you know, and you will know when you feel complete with a single particular transmission. But until then, they will continue to give to you as you learn to deepen the value of how you can continue to give to yourself. Aya wayo, ayo, 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 yo ayania, Yawa yo wapua satani yawa haapua. Yakayawa anikayawa. Yaniawa akayaniawa. Yaniawa. And as you are hearing this transmission moving through, I invite you and encourage you to see the visions of the things that are coming into your life. So as you recognize the spaciousness that you have created within, you are now opening yourself to the goodness of the greatness that is here for you to receive as you open your heart, as you open your power of receptivity, and you recognize how divinely deserving you are to actualize into your purpose. Iawani kiawa oapuakaya. Allow this vision to become more vivid. Allow this sight to be held in the power of faithful beauty and divine love. Being open to the goodness that life has to offer you in this moment, and believing that this is your world, that this is your life. As you embody this frequency of this vision will manifest and magnetize to you these particular life experiences, remembering that your emotions are your navigation system. So follow your emotions, pay attention to your emotions, honor your emotions. Do not get stuck in your emotions, allow them to continue to move through. And the more you connect with your emotional intelligence, which I do have a course on my website that is available to you, as you deepen your connection to emotional intelligence, you deepen your connection and astute awareness of your your feeling center deeply connected to your intuitive knowing, your intuitive nudges, and how you can continue to open yourself to see yourself more clearly. Iawa pu takaya ni I kiawa pu satani iawa pua ata takea ni awa oa pua sayatani iawa pua katani awa ayawa pua ni ki ata takea wani awa oa pua ni awa opa takea tani ki awa oa pua ka satatake oa poni kia ata takea oa puni iawa hua sayakatani iawa hua pua Iawa pua tani iawa hoa pona iawa kaya sa tani iawa ua pua take takeni iawa ua pua kua tani kiawa ua pua na kia ata kiawa pu ua takeni kiawa ua pua kua tani ki iawa hoa pua ni kiawa yo ni iawa ayawa pu ni kia aya ni ya ua pua yoa haato ni iawa. Allowing the Balinese wildlife to connect in with us here, bringing that earthly awareness, the earthly presence. Aya pua nikea tanikia aya ua pua pua. Connecting in with the vibrational resonance of your internal element. Where's your fire? Where's your air? Where's your water? Where's your earth? Are you grounded in yourself? Are you feeling too much air? Where's the fire? Allowing yourself to balance those internal elements within as well as you step into another layer of your own vibrational maturity. Breathe. Breathe, my love. 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 And breathe. Join the power of love that is within you. Open your awareness into a greater state of consciousness. Bring the egoic capacity to receive insights from your multidimensional self into a higher state of resonance, honoring the truth and wisdom that your higher self has to share with you. Breathe in deeply and allow all that is meant for you to flow to you as easily and as gently as water flows through the riverbanks. Activate your feminine creativity. No matter what gender or body you are in, activating this feminine nature, this feminine creative energy will help to encourage the openness of the divine flow that is within you at all times. How willing are you to let her lead? How open are you to setting the vision of your boundless self free in this human life you are experiencing? I am so deeply honored by you. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And don't worry, we're going to come out of this nice and slowly. We're going to have a few moments for questions and ramblings, just so we can be as gentle and as kind with ourselves as we reacclimate from the expansion of the limitless cosmos that we have tuned into in a very profound and powerful way today. Recognizing that it just simply feels so good to be in that spaciousness. Opening to the power of your own form. And if you are feeling ready, please feel free to start posting some questions in the comments here. If you're not ready to touch your device, stay where you are. Stay where you are. Go ahead and wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Love on yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Touch your heart, touch your neck, touch your throat, touch your face. Remind yourself how incredible you are, how beautiful you are, how radiant you are. You are so welcome. So thank you pop up. You're so welcome. And again, there's no rush. Seen a question here. touch your energy and make you feel heavy. I personally, as a little girl, and still now, can be heavily affected by weather systems. um, and I also, oh, thank you, North Point. I also honor the rhythms. I think I've learned to just honor the rhythms of when it's a cloudy day or when it's rainy or, whatever it is that's going on with Mama Gaia. That connection to the earth, yeah, it can affect you, but if you know how it is affecting you and how it has affected you in the past, to roll through that. So to stay home and read a book, or to journal, or to do art, or those are the days that I really let my creativity and introversion become a container for deepening the development of the relationship between me and me. I really enjoy the time that I spend alone. For those of you that follow human design, I'm a 4-6 manifester. And so I really need alone time. So the quiet, cloudy days or those systems, today it feels like this a little bit. Thank you, Shalise, for your gratitude, my dear. And at 12:12, how beautiful. I want to also remind you all, of course, the website monadsociety.com. That's monadsociety.com is the website that houses all of the courses that are available to you. In order to join in with us in the Metaphysical Club, which is our advanced level psychic development training, it is a potent offering, and it is an ongoing monthly membership community that is available. However, the prerequisite to joining into that is the 7 weeks to embody your higher self. And the 7 weeks to embody your higher self is a wildly transformative course. It's only 8 hours of content, but similarly to these transmissions, you listen to each one as many times as your intuition encourages you to deep dive, to be able to receive the full dose, as I like to say, of the medicine that's there. Like I said, I am still getting just unreal testimonials from people who have tuned into that. You can find the link for that on the website, of course, at monadsociety.com. Yes, Sharon, so happy that you are here as well. And you can find it on Instagram in the link tree that is available there. And I actually think right now we have a link that offers a discount on the program. So I would highly recommend going to tune in and purchasing that available offering as soon as you can. It is a, it's so beautiful. The 7 weeks to embody your higher self, even when I was recording it, it was wildly transformative for me. It reignited my motivation. It reignited so much beauty that I felt I was missing through like the depression of not knowing when I was going home or what this whole pandemic year was. And it just reinvigorated a lot of clarity for me in my connection to source, what I'm doing here, what my role is, and offered such a beautiful template to continue opening in that way. So is where I absolutely recommend for you to start. And of course, these moon transmissions, my intention with this is to continue to grow the YouTube channel, to be monetized, so that I'm actually getting paid through YouTube and can continue to offer as many offerings as I can, free to as many people as possible. I, however, am not there yet. So your contributions, your donations, big or small, if you even have anyone in your network that may be willing to support this movement in a large way, obviously open to receiving large contributions, as well as any and all of your donations, your likes, your shares, your comments, the word of mouth, anything that you can do to help support the growth of this for me and for our budding community is so, 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 so deeply appreciated. I have recently been shadow banned, and I had a page on Facebook that had over 100,000 followers completely taken down, and a few other digital resources that took me years to build. And so, again, any and all support that you can contribute to keep this movement flowing and moving forward is deeply and wildly appreciated. I cannot do this without you. I absolutely cannot do this without you. So the birds are agreeing with me. I don't know if you can hear them. They're quite loud right now. Um, but my heart is absolutely overflowing with gratitude in so many ways. I'm so thankful to be here with you. I'm so thankful for technology. I'm so thankful that like wildly across the globe we're able to connect in this way. I know I have viewers from so many different countries and so many different places. And I love, love, love knowing that the energy of my etheric, my multi-dimensional support team is also bringing those with eyes to see and ears to hear in connection with this message so that we can continue to open our hearts. We can continue to see beyond the programming that is going on in this world right now. Your independent sovereignty is so important. It is so, so, so deeply important and crucial at this time. Please, my love, please, please, please continue to honor your sovereignty. Maggie, you're so welcome. Thank you for being here today. Mm. My heart is so full feeling all of you connecting in with these offerings. It really, like, there's nothing in this world I'd rather be doing. And so I want to continue to do more of this. For those of you that are here on Bali that are watching, I am going to be having more live events coming up so that we can be in the container together. I also am opening space to work with 3 people one-on-one. I don't like to do one-off readings because it's not very fulfilling for me. I prefer to work with people on a long-term basis so that we can dive deeply and we can evoke a very connected and permanent transition and transformation. A lot can happen in one session. Do not get me wrong. A lot can happen in one session. One session can be a pivotal game changer. Um, I really, really like to work with people that are ready to dive in deeply. And so that is available. I'm working with 3 people on a 6-month term this time. I've done 3 months in the past. I'm really looking for 3 people that are ready to uncover who they are here in this world and meant to be. It is not work of the faint of heart. To imagine these transmissions and conversations and my support for you in really peeling away all of the ideas of who you think you are so that you can feel and experience the sensation of who you be underneath all of the labels and identities. The actualization of that frequency in your physical form is beyond transformative. It is no words, no words. And so I love this work. I love connecting in this way and to go into that type of depth. Not the reason I do that only with 3 people is because of how intimate and how deep the work is. To hold that container with 3 people and go through that sort of life-changing transformation pulls me inside outward, upside down, and like really turns me inside out as well. Um, and so that is available. It is a high ticket offering. Um, and so if you are interested, please contact me through either Facebook Messenger or Instagram, and we can get in touch that way. If you feel it, you know it in your bones. Don't let the high ticket number deter you. I've seen miraculous sponsors come in for people who have been meant to work with me before. Um, and so I never let that deter the conversation, even if we need to have a conversation and plant some seeds. Ideally, you've taken some of my courses before. Ideally, you've gone through the 7 weeks to embody your higher self. Ideally, you're already tuned into the frequency of what I can do to support so that we can go as deep and as expansive as possible. The opening of your soul presence is your birthright, my love. It is absolutely your birthright. Mm. So go ahead and do a body scan with me. Scan yourself from the crown of your head down through your toes and ask yourself, where can you fill yourself with more light? Where can you fill yourself with more love? Anything else that's there or creating any sort of tension or constriction should be so easy to just slip away right now. I encourage you to stay in this space as long as possible. Can you guys let me know? Can you hear the birds? Is it loud? Is it loud? I think it's birds and cicadas. There we go. Oh, good. It's super loud. Beautiful. I have to upgrade the mic. Yep, the cicadas. They are. It's so funny. I've lived here maybe about a week now, and I have not once heard them. I have not once heard them go this loud. It's something that we start to get used to. And if you guys have seen my videos, you've heard the dogs barking, you've heard the roosters going. We lovingly call it the Bali soundtrack here. Um, it's so funny to me. It's just things that you get used to. You think they're significant, Faith? I love that. I do too. I also have a couple of the really big geckos, the ones that are about a foot long. And those ones, we also say here that when the gecko chirps, truth is being told. Like truth is being revealed, and the gecko tunes in and lets us know by sharing its 2 cents. Beautiful. Love that you welcome all the nature sounds. I also live right above, like a stone's throw from a water temple, a small water temple for purification. There's a stream that I live by, and it's just the magic of Bali. I love, love, love that I'm able to be here and share this with you. Obviously, I'm American. I have unexpectedly been here on Bali for almost 2 years now. I came here for 2 months in October of 2019 to rest and just circle the wagons a bit. And so with the pandemic and everything that's happened, yes, I've kind of been stuck, but I've also chosen to be here because if you leave, the chances of getting back and having quarantine and all sorts of other obstacles are really high. A lot of hoops to jump through. So I've also recognized and honored that the bubble that I am in is a particularly unique bubble in this planet right now. And so to be able to share the energy, the healing energy of Mama Gaia, Mama Bali, and to be in this bubble where we have had very little restrictions. I mean, we have them. Of course, there's curfews and there's things, and you have to wear a mask, and yes, there are obstacles here. But this has been a very unique place to be through this experience. It has been a very beautiful opening and very beautifully healing experience. And so to be able to share that with you in this way has also been a treasure to my heart. Um, so I love to hear that you embrace and enjoy the nature sounds as they come through in the recordings. It's all part of the divine timing and divine flow. It's so beautiful. Well, I'm feeling particularly calm, particularly open-hearted, particularly restful and blissful. I hope you are too. I hope you are feeling so much of your own energy and so much of your own expansion in a way that honors your greatest intention. And so, of course, if you are feeling the call that you want to work with me one-on-one, I invite you to plant that seed right now, where you are feeling open and you are feeling called, and allow the resources to be magnetized to you. Allow those miraculous pathways to be open. Allow the depth of your healing center to receive, and maybe it isn't to work with me, but maybe it is that something powerful and beautiful and miraculous is coming your way anyway. I invite you to open that and open your heart space, open your body so wide that you feel full and complete alignment to your divine inheritance, your soul calling, your heaven on earth experience, the connection to your own heaven within, all of the above. Again, I am so grateful to have been able to spend time with you today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all your kind words, comments, likes, shares, donations, contributions, love offerings, prayers, chats with your friends, your sisters, your brothers, all of it. I'm so deeply grateful for you. So with that, my love, let's go ahead and take a few deep breaths to close out our container today, honoring all the beautiful souls that have come in for 2 minutes and those who stayed the entire time, those who will be listening to the replay, and those who are simply connected by the ripple effect of the spaciousness that we have created within ourselves today. I love you. I am you. I am honored by you in extraordinary ways, and I am so grateful that we get to experience this human journey together. Whatever it is that you are creating right now, go ahead and set a prayer. That all pathways of abundance are open for you in a miraculous and powerful and beautiful way. So offering a deep bow of gratitude to your own higher self for being the healer with you today. The sacred flame energy to burn through all that was not you, to step forward to the path of your very own sovereignty. And as we go forth, may we integrate the healing and the lessons received with courage, self-love, and compassion. Our session here today, my love, is very, very held with love and complete. I adore you. Thank you for your presence. I hope the integration of this journey serves you so well, and I look forward to seeing you again on the next one. Our next live is going to be Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Wednesday at 8 a.m. Bali time, and I look forward to seeing you there. Ciao, my love.